first. What did I feel about you is unique. You know my feelings is deep. I know you love me and I ain't your nigga. I know that you wishing your nigga was me. Yeah. Fucked up my vision, the vision was vivid. Your nigga got you to kill, be living. But question, girl, is it really cheating if a nigga never find out? So what's on your mind now? Hold up. Is it really cheating? You was mine first. Look at how the mind work. Yeah, she with him, but she fucking with me. And when I'm in it, she begging and pleading. You never believe. She know how I hit it. It's something a nigga could never cheat. Yeah. Toss it on wayside. You been out on the wayside. Yeah, she a freak. If she don't got time, she gon' make time. She back to the crib and they falling asleep on the FaceTime. I don't give a fuck about your boyfriend at all. So baby, cut your bullshit. Bitch, what is you doing? Don't care about your boyfriend. Don't nobody know your body like my body, right? They don't do your body like. You know when we fucking crying for me to go deep. And you screaming you love me. Wetting all of my sheets. I don't care about your boyfriend at all. Girl, the shit is dangerous. Acting like we faking love. We playing with less. Yeah, baby, you was mine first. Friends was the only mission. We went from mission to missionary. I put that puss in the cemetery. We making love like it's February. Yeah, when she gone, you should see her face. Look like a heaven up in the clouds. Now you can tell no one was the same. Yeah. Long stroke, then I kiss her lips. Yeah, the ones on the face. They're not the ones on the face. I like to eat in between positions. Thought she been creaming and got no shame. Yeah, she the snack every intermission. And I got her all on my face. She been screaming, baby, I'm about to come. Yeah, I'm about to come. Baby, I'm about to come. Yeah, fuck that nigga, baby, it's yours. I'm about to come. Yeah, I'm about to come. Yeah, baby, I don't give a fuck about your boyfriend at all. So baby, cut your bullshit. Bitch, what is you doing? Don't care about your boyfriend. Don't nobody know your body like my body, right? They don't do your body like. You know when we fucking crying for me to go deep. And you screaming you love me. Wetting all of my sheets. I don't care about your boyfriend at all. Girl, this shit is dangerous. Acting like we faking love. We playing with less. Yeah, baby, you was mine first. And I could tell and I could see you'd rather be with me. You can't play with me for no more. If you could, you change the world to be with me. You know I see when we know the truth. But we already know the truth.
If anybody at all stays true to themselves more than anything, it's Ambish.
I know these niggas is lying, and on the inside I'm dying. I'm trying not to lose my soul, dog. I know it's not my anxiety, all these people surrounding me, but I'm always all alone, dog. Got no energy. I've been feeling so robbed of my inner peace. Protect me from my close dogs and my enemies. Cause these niggas be shady and calling me crazy and calling me. Plotted on the low, balance my lows. Blunt fat from high tuck that, and you know I keep the thing roll. Spark the second one, bro, cause it's feelings I need gone, yeah. From yay hot, dog, I was loyal to niggas that won on the same time. Then when I figure shit out, all them niggas start acting like we on the same side. Hold up, swear to God, but the shit not for the weak. When I think back, I just wish that I felt bad from the people. I know these niggas is lying, and on the inside I'm dying. I'm trying not to lose my soul, dog. I know it's not my anxiety, all these people surrounding me, but I'm always all alone, dog. Got no energy. I've been feeling so robbed of my inner peace. Protect me from my close dogs and my enemies, cause these niggas be shady and calling me crazy and calling me.
From a gritty city where a lot of niggas die. Same ones that say they love you, sit and plotting your demise. Niggas look you in the eyes, let it tell you that they got you. Scheming on your life cause they jealous and they drop you. What a life, what a life, what a life. They see you doing better than them, some they don't like. See you getting M's, friends putting M's on you. Guess everybody got a price. Till I flip and I put one on you. A niggas want peace till I pull one on you. Have a bad ting that I know push up on you. Have the scheme work out when I pull up on you. I can play that too cause I come from that. I see the shade and I don't run from that. See if shit get hot when your temperature checked. All like coming out yours till I sever your neck. Respect be gone, no stress. Attack get drawn to protect everything that I've been blessed with, dog. I'm the best, me success be vexing y'all. I get an itch whenever I end up next to y'all. I mean, I never meant to pester y'all. Though you grind me, I still wish the best for y'all. But karma, she gon' do it to what's left of y'all. And I'm too lit to see it, that's best of all. Feel it? Y'all niggas don't understand. Y'all niggas don't understand. I wanted to eat healthy with all of my mans. Healthy with all of my mans. But niggas got shady, driving me crazy. And what hurts the most is having to cut you out all of my plans. You don't understand, you don't understand. Y'all niggas don't understand. Y'all niggas don't understand. I wanted to eat healthy with all of my mans. Healthy with all of my mans. But niggas got shady, driving me crazy. And what hurts the most is having to cut.
If that's not staying true to yourself, I don't know what is. But I respect the hell out of that.
I know these niggas is lying, and on the inside I'm dying. I'm trying not to lose my soul, dog. I know it's not my anxiety, all these people surrounding me, but I'm always all alone, dog. Got no energy. I've been feeling so robbed of my inner peace. Protect me from my close dogs and my enemies, cause these niggas be shady and calling me crazy and calling me.
orange, pink, and yellow paint the sky. Like the ice cream cones we used to buy. And every car that passes on the street, we count each one, they would all turn into sheep at night. At night, it's a sherbet sky. All the colors blend together just right. It's a sherbet sky. You can tell me
Ew.
with you. I feel like soaring through an endless sherbet sky. Seagulls sing a little out of tune.
Excuse me.
Can we get some shaved ice cream?
What's going on, y'all? Hope y'all doing well, staying hydrated on this lovely Tuesday afternoon, morning, evening, night, whatever time it is for y'all. Excuse me. It's currently 8 p.m. Hello, YouTube. Hope everybody's doing well. Make sure you comments, like, and subscribe. Let's get that real quick. Let's do one thing.
All the colors blend together just right. It's a sherbet sky. You can tell me if it's boring.
What did...
I feel like soaring through
What the fuck? That's new.
through an endless sherbet sky.
It's crazy. So making sure posts got posted everywhere it needed to be. Danny has said she's not going to be. She's not feeling too well, so she's not going to be doing the podcast tonight. So it'll just be the D today. The D. The D spilling the tea today. Guess that's what we call it today. The D spilling the tea. It's like our alt title. One of us is missing. I normally don't like doing the podcast if she's not here, but I really wanted to talk about this stuff, especially with it being Black History Month. Happy Black History Month, everyone. Black history is all history. Don't you ever forget it. And if you think we're going to make you forget it on today, you got another thing coming. Because today is one of them days where we damn sure going to make sure you remember about Black history. All of the sacrifices that were made for this country. Yeah, and I normally don't like to get too political just because, I don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable. But this topic tonight is probably going to be it's definitely going to be political. This topic tonight is definitely political. So, just a warning out there to anybody who doesn't want to hear any politics. I get it. I understand. I don't like talking about it, but when it's something that you can't really avoid and it's affecting you, you just gotta let it know. You gotta talk about it. Plus, there's probably a lot of people that don't know. There's a difference between people who don't care to know and that people that just don't know in general, Hold on. I was doing, I was like, what was I doing? I'm doing this and it's just me in here. I was doing bubbles, but it's just me in here. Where the fuck are my bubbles? Oh, okay, there. I was like, do, 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 do. Excuse me. Turn the music down a bit more. I'm just going to make, I guess, my camera a little bit bigger too. Well, Bo. What's up, Bo? How are you? What you up to? Ba, ba. Chilling playing Valo. Ooh, how are the games? I haven't played Valo in forever. I finally uninstalled it like 2 weeks ago. Cause like I'm like, well, nobody really ever asked me to play Valo. And I haven't played Valo in a while, so I was just like, let me just uninstall it. But mainly for me, I have to uninstall it because I need space on my PC. So shit, but oh well. Are you solo queuing or are you playing with some friends? Dude, I gotta get back. Oh yeah. I have whatchamacallit. I'm gonna be off this weekend too, y'all. Just so y'all know. I will. What? Oh, okay, so okay, I'm glad I just looked at that. But yeah, I'm gonna be gone this weekend. I'm out of town. I'm gonna be seeing my oldest son. So I'll be back probably late Sunday. I don't know if I'll stream, so don't expect a stream on Sunday. I need to update my Twitch schedule. Put that too. Yeah, cool. Sweet. Okay. That's out of 10, isn't it? At it again. Though, I mean, probably something that crazy. So lucky my teammates are ass. Well, do you find yourself just staying in that solo queue, buddy? Like, are you just have? I don't know about you. I can't do solo queue. Or if I do solo queue, I can't do it for too long, honestly. So if I do it for too long, I'm just going to go crazy. Yeah, I'm literally at the point where, like, man, I guess if anything, I can play games solo. I enjoy games solo now if I have like maybe people to talk to or anything. Like, it's not too many solo games I like going into, especially because this world is already lonely enough. Too much stuff going on, man. I don't need to feel extra lonely by playing games on myself. What's that? The door. Trying to make sure that Danny's not going live, not changing her mind, but she didn't text me and she did say that she wasn't feeling good, so okay, yeah. Alright. So it's just us tonight for the podcast, y'all. Boom, 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 boom. Nice. Do, 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 do. All right. Sweetness. Yep, that's good over there. I guess, man, this is the first episode of D&D Spilling the Tea where I'm doing solo. Definitely not making this a habit. It's just Black History Month, and I definitely wanted to get this information out, let people know, make it known, just be loud with it. You know, there's just so much things going on, man. Like, so, whew. Like I said, this is gonna be, it's gonna be a bit political episode. You know, I guess I'm not gonna dive too much into. I'm gonna try not to dive too much into, you know, the big political points, because I kind of want to stay on topic. But I mean, the topic ties into politics, so. But definitely gonna stay on topic with this one. But let's just get it started. Hello and welcome everybody to the D Spilling the Tea with your host D. Normally my co-host is with me, but yeah, she wasn't feeling too well today, so like I said, I'm not making this a habit. I'm doing episodes by myself. I like having my partner here for us to do the podcast, get our reactions and stuff, you know, together. But like I said, this is just a very important topic, very important time, and I just wanted to get this out there for people. If you're on YouTube, like I said, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. The playlist, this podcast will be on the podcast playlist on my YouTube as well. So you guys have that. Let's see. So our topic today is Joy Reid. You guys do not know who Joy Reid is. She was. Here, let me pull up. I have references that I'm going to be going to throughout the stream for sure. But she was a news anchor on MSNBC, a black newscaster on MSNBC who had a very thriving, talented, and needed show that she did on news that now she has been told that she can no longer do this show. So her show was pulled, and therefore, since her show was pulled, she left the news station as well. Which, you know, I probably would have done the same thing too, because y'all know the state of the world right now and what's going on in America. There's a lot of big changes happening, and not good ones at all. Not good. Like, no matter what people tell you, at this point, like, I'm literally like, like, I feel like you just can't justify the things that are happening as something that is good for us as the people, especially like lower class, middle class. It's gonna affect us. A lot of stuff is affecting us more than the rich population, because they're trying to get all of the benefits pretty much. But yeah, she recently. Hold on, real quick. Okay. I don't give a fuck about your boyfriend. Hold on, sorry. I'm doing something real quick. Give me a second. Guess I can't do anything. Yeah, whatever. I'm trying to do something on my camera, but it's fine. But yeah, so I'm gonna put up some articles and stuff, and we're gonna just go over some stuff. Yeah. All right. Let me pull up this. Here, we're gonna go here because I have a video from her. Pause the music for a minute. Okay. Oops. Okay. So this first video I'm gonna show y'all is, I guess, her initial reaction. Oh, her name is Joy Reid. Okay, but well, okay. So her name is Joy Reid, but Joy Reid. Okay.
You and
Hold on. I don't know if you guys can hear. Let me make sure.
my show had value, and that I'm sorry that what I was doing had value. And in the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV. And I say this is kind of like being on TV, so I apologize. And that it mattered. I see Karen is there, and she's been texting me as well. And so what I will just say is that in the end, thank you. Where I land is that the moment of guilt that I felt, that I went hard on so many issues, whether it was the Black Lives Matter issues of a young baby or a mom or a dad that was killed, or when we opened up people's eyes to the fact that Asian Americans were being targeted and not just Black folks, that or went hard for immigrants who've done nothing but come to this country like my parents. My show had value. And
So as you can tell, she was, her voice was very loud, very proud, and speaking for people of color, bringing those issues to light. Things that a lot of news tend to try to not show. Not saying all news, but some news, they show what they want to show. They don't show some of these important things that happen. And her show was one of those that showed a lot, and it put a lot of eyes on a lot of things that were happening in the culture, people of color and everything. But yeah, this post says legendary political commentator and MSNBC news anchor Joy Reid is leaving MSNBC, and she's leaving. So don't let people say that she got fired. She didn't get fired. She left because her show got canceled. Rightfully so, because that's messed up. But yeah, so she left MSNBC after the network's new president announced an end to her show, The Readout. Which, another thing, I think that's my other, yeah. The previous president of MSNBC, Rashida Jones, she put in her notice last month, and she was named the president December 2020 during quarantine. So not only did they lose one Black person from MSNBC, and not just two, they lost three Black people that were a part of MSNBC. But I'm not sure. The only thing I could speculate with Rashida Jones and why she was stepping down is probably because she knew it was coming. And Joy Reid, unfortunately, didn't know it was coming until this happened. But yes, and and this is the new that's the new president. Notice the difference in pigmentation? Yeah. I don't think they have a picture of Rashida Jones, but Rashida Jones is a black person. Yeah. I forgot the third guy's name, but yeah, there was another black, I think newscaster or something that worked in MSNBC as well, and yeah, he left along with Joy as well. So, like I said, there was a lot of stuff, a good that came out of this, and if you know what's going on in America, this really comes to no surprise. Um, you know, if you've been paying attention to America, you know, if you've been paying attention, it's a lot of things, man, a lot of things that'll piss you off. I honestly, I can't even be on social media like that anymore, honestly, because I literally get depressed hearing every day about some shit that happens or some shit that got approved, some racial shit, or, you know, some diversity shit, some equity, inclusion shit, you know. Every day I hear about something, and I have to stay away from social media because I can't. This drives me. It drives me like to depression in a sense. Like it's very sad. It is not a good time to be an American. Not one bit. Um, her last show was actually yesterday, Monday. Oh, I forgot I didn't finish reading this too. The network's new president announced. Yeah, so the new president announced an end to her show, which Rebecca Cutler, who I showed you a picture of, this lady. We don't need to zoom in on her anymore. In 2020, Joy made history with her show becoming the only black female anchor to hold a primetime show on a cable news network that year, and the first black female anchor with a prime spot in NBC's history. Do you know how like impactful and important she is? And now she's just gone. She's just gone. They took away what she had worked so hard for almost 5 years. I mean, I guess it was 4 years, because if she joined, oh no, that was the other lady. I don't know when she joined, but yeah. Either way, if it wasn't 5 years, it was probably close to 5 years that she was doing this show, making this history, having so many interviews with politicians and just people of Congress, trying to get answers. She was very impactful. This lady, Joy Reid, was very impactful. And this is a modern day black person that was making an impact. And they took her, I'll say they temporarily took her power away. I'm not going to say they took her power away, because she's still powerful. She could still send a message. This is probably going to open up so many more doors for her, honestly. I won't be surprised if we see something from her in the future. Hopefully we'll see her branch out to something where people, actually support her and put her as much as a headline as they did for this many amount of years on this. Well, hello. How are you? Good. Just going over the stuff. Yeah. We've watched one of the little clips from her initial response of her when she found out that her show was canceled. Yeah. I don't know if I told you this earlier, but the MSNBC president, Rashida Jones, not to be confused with the actor, because when Mom told me that name, I was like, the name sounds familiar, and then I looked it up and I saw the actor. I was like, wait, I don't think this is the same person. But Rashida Jones was the previous president of MSNBC, and she was the first. She actually made history as the first black leader of a news network when she was named MSNBC's president in December 2020. And last month she gave notice that she was leaving. And now they have this lady, Rebecca Cutler, who is not a black person, who's now the president. So she probably knew something was coming before her. That's the only thing I can, at least that's just what I can speculate from this situation. And obviously Joy didn't know until now. Let's see, I got another video for us to watch. Yeah, like I said, I actually didn't even finish reading this still. Oh yeah, February 24th will be the last time her show airs. Media professional and industry leaders are rallying behind Joy and calling out MSNBC for canceling the show. In an email, When With Black Women announced their support for Joy and disapproval of the network's decision, stating, MSNBC has made the unacceptable decision to cancel the readout, silencing one of the most powerful and necessary voices in media. At a time when press freedom is under attack, silencing one of the few black women in prime time sends the wrong message. Removing her show not only weakens MSNBC's credibility, but also undermines the diverse perspectives essential for a truly democratic media. Joy deserves better, and so do we, as a viewing audience. The organization is hosting a watch party of Joy's last episode and asking people to turn their devices away from MSNBC after her show airs. What's this swipe? What was on? Oh, there was a second part to the video. Oh, shit.
And defended them, or whether we've talked about what the president is doing that is subversive to the Constitution, that is injurious to our liberty, defending books that people find inconvenient, that Nicole Hannah-Jones put into our spirit, that we need to understand 1619 as the real founding of this country, whether it's talking about any of these issues, and yes, whether it's talking about Gaza and the fact that we as the American people have a right to object, to little babies being bombed. And where I come down on that is I'm not sorry. I am not sorry that I stood up for those things, because those things are of God. And I'm a church girl too, and those are the things that I was taught were of God. And so I'm not, and try to make a life, and defended them.
Okay, so it still cuts off kind of short. She was canceled. She's in the network. Don Lemon. Oh yeah, he looks familiar. He's probably another newscaster. Social activists support by following her on the social media sites. This next slide. Okay, so we're gonna watch this clip. This is gonna be a clip of her, actually, I think of her last show.
Happy Monday, everyone. And we begin tonight with what I think is the question. When you are in the midst of a crisis, and specifically a crisis of democracy, how do you resist? When fascism isn't just coming, it's already here. So what, if anything, can you do about it? Well, for one thing, you can try to learn from history, from what people in this situation in countries around the world and in America have done before. As my friend Rachel Maddow always says, history is here to help. America hasn't always been a free country for everyone, and we've had resistance movements from day one. From enslaved people fighting their captivity. Shout out to Harriet Tubman, who was a 92%er before 92%ing was cool. And even taking up arms during the Civil War. to the women's movement and the workers' rights movement and the Stonewall gay rights movement. They've all been versions of the fight to make this a free country for everyone and to have a true Happy Monday, everyone. And we begin tonight with multiracial democracy. And that is history's most important lesson, right? That the most important thing, the first rule, is to fight back, to never stop resisting. Do not obey in advance, as Tim Snyder put it. Do not take the knee, to throw in a Game of Thrones reference. Even if it's scary or uncomfortable or inconvenient, just keep saying no, or finding creative ways to say no in small ways and large. Medgar Evers said, do not shop where they will not employ you. Dr. King championed the Montgomery bus boycotts to become the leader of the civil rights movement. The labor rights movement shut down factories and hobbled industries to win the 40-hour work week that you enjoy right now, and more recently to ensure the right of workers to work from home during COVID. People have marched against the Vietnam War and the war in Iraq and against the decimation of Gaza using our tax dollars. You don't always win every battle, but the whole thing is multiracial democracy, and that is history.
That was part of her last, or clip from her last show yesterday. So I'm not sure what the future holds for her, but like I said, I feel like we will definitely be seeing her in the future at some point. Let's see. I'll read this last article. Okay, so this one says Joy Reid is leaving MSNBC. The network's new president announced in a memo to staff on Monday, marking an end to the political analyst and anchor's primetime news show. Reid's namesake show, The Reid Out, has been a fixture of MSNBC's evening programming since 2020. In the hour-long newscast held at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Reid conducts extensive interviews with politicians and other newsmakers. Joy Reid is leaving the network, and we thank her for her countless contributions over the years. MSNBC's president Rebecca Cutler, the new president, wrote Monday, her work has been recognized with several esteemed honors, including most recently the 2025 NAACP Image Award for Outstanding News Series. Now that's cool, actually. She just got an NAACP for that show. Wow. In the coming weeks, Cutler added, rotating anchors will host Reid's Hour. Current host of MSNBC's The Weekend, Simone Sanders Townsend, Michael Steele, and Alicia Menendez will now move to weekdays at 7 p.m. to host a new ensemble news program. Cutler also noted in Monday's memo. News reports about MSNBC canceling the Reid Out emerged online over the weekend. Prior to Cutler's memo, Reid took to social media to thank those who she said had reached out to her with messages of support. I just want to say thank you to everyone who has reached out with kindness and encouragement, both personally and in these social media streets, Reid wrote in a message posted to Blue Sky and Instagram just after midnight. So very proud of the Reid Out at JoyMSNBC.com team, who are truly familiar, and all of our supporters and friends. See you tomorrow night at 7, one more time. Clickety clack.
Sorry. I'll be quiet.
No, you're good. I just turned it down. Yeah. So I wanted to talk about this. This was something that I had just found out about yesterday, but I didn't want to do anything on it until I knew more details, which today more details were told, and That's when I saw all the stuff I saw. So it's very sad, very tragic. But I think that we'll definitely see more of her somewhere else, or somebody will actually care about what she's trying to do, or come out with her own stuff. Who knows? There's so many social media outlets out there now that I'm sure she could start her own, network, or start something up, and she'll get support. That's for sure. She'll definitely get my support. Especially because I hadn't even known about her until yesterday. I watch the news, but I don't watch the news like that. My mom has the news playing all the time, so I hear stuff every now and then. I do want to end the podcast with saying this, because I feel like this is actually another important thing. But there is a bunch of boycotts going on. If nobody isn't familiar, there's a lot of businesses out there, like Walmart, Target, bunch of big brand, big name companies, Amazon, Nestle, a bunch of them that have taken away their DEI policies, which is diversity, equity, inclusion. So there is some boycotts going on, and there's one happening this Friday. So if you guys don't know, February 28th is the economic blackout, which is no spending, or at least minimum spending. If you spend, and obviously try to spend Black-owned businesses or small businesses, stuff like that. But February 28th, no spending. If you guys want to partake, cool. Impact will be huge, I'm sure. This is the first one of many, because as you can see from this list here that I'm showing you guys, there is a couple that is going on. So it's time that we start hitting these rich folks where it hurts them, Gotta hit them. We gotta hit them pocketbooks. So they ain't looking out for us. So let's look out for us, since nobody else wants to look out for us. So February 28th, economic blackout, no spending, minimum spending. I'm going out of town, so I will have to do some minimum spending for sure. March 7th through the 14th is an Amazon boycott, so don't buy anything from Amazon for that whole week. March 21st through 28th, Nestle boycott, which that's already easy for me because I don't really even get Nestle products that I can even think of. Then April 7th through the 14th, there's a Walmart boycott going on as well. There's something for April 18th, I forgot, and it's at the bottom here. Oh, okay, I just had to zoom in. Oh, so April 18th, they're going to do another economic blackout. Oh, shit, what the hell? Damn, I just zoomed. Oh, I had to scroll. Okay. So, yeah. It's April 7th to the 14th, Walmart boycott. April 18th, there's an economic blackout number 2. So, first one is going to be at the end of this month, this Friday. Second one's going to be April 18th. Then on April 21st to the 28th, there's the General Mills boycott. So, like I said, this is, you guys want to partake, hit them where it hurts. Because if we all can come together and do this, it'd be pretty huge, honestly. Be very huge. So, yeah. But that's all I think I have to say on the podcast today. Said if you guys want to participate in any of the blackouts or boycotts, there you go. And if you can't find this, I'll probably post this somewhere. Maybe on my Discord or something. Yeah, I'll probably post this in my Discord actually. But yeah, so oops. So a lot of things, a lot of changes going on in the world. You know, hopefully we can make some things happen from our side of things. You know, with the impact that we can cause, we the people. You know, thing about was the big difference between like now and all the stuff that was going on years ago. Dude, we got so much social media everywhere. It's so hard for people to like, or it's harder for people to get away with shit. So it's gonna be really interesting to see what happens with all of this. Yeah. Cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is gonna be it for me. I'm your host, the D, spilling the tea. I called it the D spilling the tea today, babe, since it was just me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's being your host, the D spilling the tea. Live podcast on Twitch and YouTube. YouTube, yeah, make sure like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, there's going to be a playlist for all the episodes, so this will be there. Yeah. And make sure to stay hydrated, practice your self-care, and as always, peace, love, and positivity. Catch y'all on the next one next week, the new month. Later, YouTube.